Welcome back. We are here with 1461, and in the last one we had Madalena and Ginevra both age up. Madalena is now a toddler and Ginevra is now a child, so there's that. And then we had the boys get started on their, becoming truly accomplished and working on that aspiration to get ready for getting married and all that stuff. So they are ready to start looking for wives in this part. We also had Martine and Frost get married because, if I can find Cassian, here he is. Cassian was killed. Randolph joined hands with Mortimer Goth and came back to save his sister and get revenge for his family. So he returned for that, and then he gave the land to Mortimer. So now the Goths are the lord of the area, and Martine is now married to Frost and is currently pregnant. So that's really exciting. They are moving forward with their lives. This year, we just have Mirabelle Axtell and Frost the Third aging up into adults, which is kind of scary because it's not a very easy role, but we are going to roll for them. So, and Frost has one son, and he just got married. Okay, I mean, come on, right? So, also, it is the year of the war, so we'll come back to that in just a second. But first, we will roll for Mirabelle, who died, and Frost, who also died. Oh my gosh, Frost! Oh my gosh. Okay, so Frost has one living son. Maybe we'll try and get Martine pregnant again before we kill him. We'll have her current pregnancy and then get pregnant again to see if we can't get one, because they're pregnant with a girl right now. So if we can get one more son out of them, maybe. But anyway, poor Martine, she just got married, so that is a real bummer. Anyway, let's get ready for the war. So no 2, 11, or 20. We will start with, I guess we don't have to roll for Frost because there's no point. He's dying this year. And he's got no sons that are old enough. So there's that. There's no one in Tartosa. So we're just going to go to Hemford on Bagley. And we are going to start. There's really just like no men anywhere. Are we going to start with the Goths maybe? I don't know. Although... should we roll for... oh, we should roll for Randolph first. So let's roll for him. No 2, 11, 20. Okay, he's not going to war. And then, I guess... I don't know. There's really just our family left. So we have our 3. So Thomas the Elder... no 2, 11, 20. Oh, he's going to war. Okay, Thomas the Elder is going to war. And then... other Thomas is not going to war, and then Dante is going to war. Okay, so Thomas the Third and Dante are going to war. Also, that's not a D20, is it? It's okay, because everyone returns alive from the war in this part, so it's okay. I'm not too worried. The next war in 1463 is a 50% chance of dying. So, we're scared, but it's going to be okay. Just the 2 of them are going to war this year. They're going to return just fine next year. So I guess Dante will have to wait on meeting our eligible ladies, but that's okay. So yeah, we're going to have to get Martine pregnant. But yeah, everyone's returning from the war. So that is going to be that, I guess. Let's add them to here, although I couldn't figure out... because there's so many wars that happen that we just like didn't have anyone go there. So this is the first one in a while. 1461. So we'll have them go. So it's War of the Roses 4, looks like. So we'll add them in there, and they're going to be fine. So whatever. But yeah, so let's hop into the game. Alrighty, so let's recap a little bit. El Rosario is working on the Good Vampire Aspiration. So she needs to get to a Grandmaster state. And purchase the Tamed Thirst reward trait, whatever it is, from the vampire menu. We then also have Thomas here, since Thomas and Dante both are at war this year. So Thomas is going to enter the marriage market. I don't know what it was called at this time, but you know, like he's gonna be looking for a wife. So that's what I'm calling it, just because I'm watching too much Bridgerton lately. But I know that that's not the same time period. And then Tiffany and Francesca are both just living their lives. They have both completed their aspirations. Actually, I think Ginevra either completed hers already or is very close to completing hers. So there she goes, playing with Tiffany on the monkey bars. And then we have little Madalena, who is doing her toddler skills. So that's what's going on there. And Thomas just is really almost done with a truly accomplished aspiration. He just has to read one more book. So we're going to complete that, even though we already had him, quote unquote, presented. So he is in society. And yeah, so he is also going to probably interact with his mom a lot in this part because she is very anxious to get all her children married and in society and living good lives. So really excited about that. She is definitely, she's had such a rough marriage that, it'd all be worth it if her children can be living good lives. Okay, so yes, Ginevra just completed her aspiration. So, yeah, and then we have Madalena doing her stuff. And yes, so definitely El Rosaria is going to be really involved in her kids and their marriages and all that stuff because she wants to, make sure they're set up well for their futures. And we're just working on that. He is, again, really into archery, so he's doing that. And what else? So we're going to have probably the Goths will host a party tomorrow where, they are introducing themselves to everyone. They are brand new in this area, so they are, they need to introduce themselves to everyone. Hemford on Bagley has been kind of kept away from the world for like 10 years. So that is really important to get to know all the people that we didn't get to know while we were blocked off. So there's that. And I just want to remind you that the Goths had become friends with Randolph when he was in Windenburg, and because of that, Mortimer is kind of like his mentor, benefactor, supporter. So Mortimer has supported Randolph in getting rid of Cassian and getting his land back. So Randolph gifted Mortimer the land here, so there's all that. And as for the family dynamics, I think that probably because of all this, Mortimer would like Cassandra to marry Randolph, but we'll see what everybody thinks and how everybody likes each other. So that is my impression on their family. I am going to use a combination of the relationship and pregnancy overhaul, chemistry system, and then also first impressions, and then also the game's compatibility system. We're really going to see like who likes who because we have options. Thomas has 3 options. He has Cassandra and then also Nina or Dina Caliente. So the Calientes, we're going to say that Katrina is a widow who is pretty wealthy, and they're here. Don is also floating around, so he's there. I just have to fix this so that we can actually have a party here. But yes, so Don is also around here somewhere. And then we have the Calientes, and Katrina is a widow. She's pretty wealthy, and the girls are looking for husbands. We have Dina, who's basically a gold digger, and Nina, who has the villainous Valentine aspiration. So they both would be really interesting for drama. And obviously, Randolph is the man who has the most, he's the highest ranking man. So, of course, all the single ladies want to be with him. And then Thomas, I guess, would be second because he is very wealthy, but he's not titled. And then Dante, I guess, as the second son, would be third. And Don, who is just, doesn't have a lot going for him except for his charms, I guess, would be fourth. As for the ladies, obviously, Cassandra as the daughter of a lord would be the highest ranking, and then, Nina and Dina would be pretty equal with each other. So let's get everyone over here so that we can do some stuff with them. So Thomas is going to have to introduce himself to everybody, but definitely El Rosario will start schmoozing with with Mortimer and Bella so that they can, she definitely would be interested in Cassandra being her daughter-in-law. So everyone is going to come over here to dance. Let's introduce her. So, oh my gosh, she's already feeling very flirty, so that's good. He's going to introduce himself to Dina. And so honestly, I didn't realize at first that you had to actually set their preferences before they would show them, so we'll do that a little bit later. But as for first impressions, Thomas does not have a good first impression of Dina, but she has a good first impression of him, probably because he's mega rich. So there's that. And then also, I just want to say that, following the Sims lore a bit, we do have Cassandra and Dawn kind of in a little something something with each other. So that's just what I'm setting up here, is that Cassandra and Dawn are kind of seeing each other on the sly because, her father wouldn't approve, but she is really in love with him and she doesn't know that he's such a playboy, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we are introducing Thomas now. He's got to introduce himself to all of the ladies, but he did meet Dina and he danced with her. So there's that. And then also we're going to meet Nina and have a little dance with her if we can. He does not have a good first impression of her either, but she has a pretty favorable impression of him. Again, Rosaria is at the height of her happiness, getting to talk with all these people. And then we're going to meet. Okay, well, we're going to dance with Nina first, although she doesn't look like she's into it. She's kind of looking away from us. Thomas is making an embarrassment of himself. So yeah, it looks like Nina doesn't want anything to do with us. She just kind of walked away. So I guess out of the Caliente sisters, Dina is more interested in Thomas than Nina is. So then let's introduce ourselves to Cassandra. Let's do that right now. And so we are going to, if you could just please not just stand there and instead introduce yourself. Meanwhile, Rosaria is like, hey, Martine, how's married life? How are things? Yeah, we didn't kill Frost yet, so Martine is still happy. But yes, so let's introduce them. Oh my gosh, look at Dina watching them. Okay, so we have introduced ourselves to Cassandra and... Okay, no, we haven't, because everybody keeps talking to each other. You need to talk to me. There are too many Sims. Okay, looks like they both have bad first impressions of each other. That's kind of interesting. So, what did Thomas's say, in Dreamland or whatever? So, but look at how fast their friendly went up. I think that's because of his interactions. Yeah, so she thinks he's pretentious and he thinks she's in Dreamland. So probably he noticed that she, maybe doesn't understand her responsibilities as the daughter of a lord. This is new to her too, right? But she has been in a wealthy family and everything. But he is looking for someone who is going to, seriously be the lady of his house. And Cassandra, maybe she's not really interested in him because she's interested in Dawn, right? She already has someone that she's interested in, so she's not really looking for potential partners. So we'll just have them have a dance just because it's polite for everyone to dance, except for Nina, who doesn't want to dance with us. So screw you. So yeah, they're just going to have a little dance, and then the party is over, actually. The party ended, so we will do that, and it was nice to meet everyone. We're going to go home. It's already 8 p.m. That went by really fast. But yeah, so we have just now met everyone, and it looks like he does have good compatibility with Nina, except for the part where she apparently doesn't want anything to do with us, which is so weird because I feel like Thomas is a great catch. But yes, so we are back home. Let's have a little debrief. So Thomas and Rosaria are going to talk about the party. They're both on a mission to get him a wife. And so they're going to talk about the party, even though I just told you to sit down and then you stand up. You're so annoying. Okay, so they're going to talk, and basically, she's going to ask him. Also, I realize he's wearing accessories. I'm going to remove them later. I forgot. So she's going to ask him what he thought, and she's going to tell him, she got, some information on different people, and he's going to say, well, Dina Caliente was very pleasant, and it worked out nicely that... dancing with her, talking with her. It's, I think that she might be a little clingy or whatever, but she's an option. And then he's going to tell her that obviously Nina Caliente kind of snubbed me, so I'm not really interested in her. And then Cassandra Goth, she seemed nice enough, but she didn't really seem like she was too invested. So his picks right now are Dina number 1, Cassandra number 2, and Nina number 3. Even though I don't think Nina is really even an option anymore, because I really feel like she just was so not interested in him that he wouldn't, like, he's not going to chase her, right? He's got options. So, then we are here with working on all of their skills and stuff. So there's that. And yeah, so El Rosaria is doing some research on the families, on the ladies, and so we will have him kind of see how things are going with each of the ladies. So, you know, we'll do some chaperoned dating. That comes with the Regency Romance mod, so we'll do that once the day gets started here. And also, I figured let's have him attend an archery competition. I know he only has like archery level 2 or something, but I thought that would be fun. So he's going to go do that. Meanwhile, we're just working on all of the skills and stuff with the family members. So that is good. And then we are going to do our toddler skills. Everything is just moving along nicely. I do miss having Thomas the Elder and Dante in the household. I think that that's kind of a bummer that, like, we don't have them around, and, you know, I miss them, obviously, and their family misses them too. But we're just going to accept that as something that's going on because, you know, what are we going to do? So, we are going to just queue up everything. We'll actually invite over Katrina and Dina over to our house. So let's do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, so let's do that. We're going to invite them over. And we'll have a chaperoned date, which is the first one there, even though I totally missed it for a second. But it is the very first thing in this list. But yeah, so we are going to invite them over. And so since she is his current number 1, and we're going to pick her mother, obviously, and we're going to come over here to our house. So they are going to come over here, and we're going to socialize with her a bit, see how things are going, see, you know, whether or not she's a good choice. So let's, it says play chess with your date, so let's go do that. And they're going to play chess. Meanwhile, the mothers are going to be talking to each other. And, you know, of course, Dina and Katrina are more interested in Randolph than Thomas, but they got to keep their options open, especially since it seems like the Goths and the Landgrabs are kind of interested in making an arrangement. So they're going to talk, and Thomas and Dina are chatting and hanging out. It seems like Katrina is kind of like snooping around our house. But yeah, I forgot to set these, so I'm going to set them now, and I feel like he would want someone who's like responsible and, you know, maybe smart, maybe, I'm trying to think of things that would be good for like, family oriented or like parent material definitely is a good one. So yeah, definitely I'm just looking at the things that he would be good for him to be looking for in a wife. But yeah, so probably an El Rosaria is probably telling Katrina like, oh, you know, my son has an estate of 15 times 300 acres of land, you know, like all this stuff. So they're just chatting with each other and having a little date, seeing how they like each other, enjoying each other's company. Yeah, he doesn't have a great first impression of her, but he thinks that like she'd do, you know. She's the best choice out of all 3 so far, or the one that seems the most interested in him out of the other 2. So, oh my gosh, he has a crush on her. Okay, so they have neutral chemistry now. So okay, so he's not feeling chemistry one way or another, but he does, like, the more they talk, the more they get to know each other. Their friendship bar is getting up really high now, and the more that they talk, he's kind of thinking, actually, you know what? She could be my future wife. Like, this could work. So he is definitely warming up to her more now after his initial first impression. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Oh my gosh, and she has a crush on him now too. Is Dina going to be the one? We're going to have to see. But you know what? And I've done this before too, is like when you are looking at choices and you go through the first one and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is perfect. But then you think about it. And then you also look at your other choices and you're like, actually, maybe I was just excited because that was like the first time I was looking at this, you know? So definitely Dina is a good option. They both have crushes on each other now, so that's really nice. And we will kind of see if that ends up being his choice. So let's have him practice his archery a bit. He's so bad at it, even though he loves it so much. It's a 10 level skill. We're only on level 3. So, and I wish I could just queue it up and leave him, but you have to like keep doing it, so that's kind of a bummer. But anyway, all the girls are just hanging out. They love each other. I love that they love each other. It is so fun to have them all here and hanging out with each other and being good with each other. You know, Ginevra especially is kind of, you know, fitting in with her sisters really well. Things are going well, I think, with them. And, you know, the girls are going to age up soon enough too. So we will think about who their options are. Because I think, well, Cassandra Goth is going to age up at some point. And then who else would be like, I don't know, who else would be the guys available? I'll have to introduce some more townies. Let me know although I am trying to work through the base game townies first. Like, I'm trying to work through the townies one pack at a time just because it would be overwhelming to just list all of the townies. So I wonder who is left for base game townies. I think it would be like the roomies. What are they? Like, and then, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. So anyway, we'll probably have to introduce more townies because I think there's like one guy available for all these girls. So there's that, and then Thomas is just hanging out. So I think that El Rosaria has done some research and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to invite Cassandra out on a chaperoned date. And we're actually going to go to the graveyard because El Rosaria actually is also kind of excited by the Goths because they're into, you know, like weird stuff and like death and stuff. And I think that she likes that too because she's hoping that they might not be as judgmental of the fact that, you know, both of his parents are vampires. So that is something that could be a problem. Oh my gosh, it looks like they brought Mortimer too. So let's just reset that so that he can introduce himself to her father. Looks like a lot of people are showing up here. Why are there so many people here? But anyway, so they're at the graveyard, and Cassandra actually really likes, oh my gosh, look at their friendship bar is all the way up. Okay, their friendship bar is all the way up, you guys. So they are just chatting and hanging out. Oh my gosh, he thinks she's rather charming. Uh-oh, you guys. I think Dina is going to have some competition, especially because Cassandra probably really appreciates that their date is in a graveyard. Maybe he'll like show her the graves of his family that are here and all that stuff. So, oh my gosh, and you get special little interactions. Okay, we have to do some of these special interactions with the RPO mod. So we're going to flirt with her a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's going really well, actually. We didn't even really flirt that much with Dina. Oh my gosh, a crush? You get crushes on everyone. Okay, so I think that that's him saying that like both Dina and Cassandra are good options for him to potentially be with. So I think that that's a good one for him is to, oh my gosh, what was that, Thomas? Yeah, so I think that he likes Cassandra a lot. I think that they get along really well. Maybe he like relates to her on a more intellectual level than with Dina. Like Dina's kind of shallow. So maybe he likes her a bit. I think he does. So that's interesting that the two of them get along so well and they find each other charming. I like that. So we'll see where that goes. Definitely both good options. And then we're home, getting everybody queued up again. And so checking on her. Okay, you're good. What are you doing? Yes, she needs to work on all of that stuff. So she is trying to also get to Grandmaster level because that is how we can purchase the other. Can you stop going outside when you do not have sun resistance? That's just like not going to work out for us. That is not going to work for us. You can't do that. So, okay, Martine is pregnant. We're going to have Martine have her baby so that we can get her pregnant again before Frost dies. That will be really good for us. Can you not die? That would be great. Okay, so now she's a Grandmaster. She has the trait that she needs, and now we need to do other stuff like grow plasma fruits. Apparently make a BFF as one, so let's be BFFs with Thomas, because they've been really close this year. Don't drink for 14 days. Harvest from a plasma fruit 3 times. Okay, we can do that. Although I did realize that okay, so this feels like a glitch. With the tamed, okay, hold on. Martine's having her baby. I'm realizing that this is a D10. Martine survives. The baby survives. It's a girl, and we're gonna name her. What are we naming her? We're gonna name her Helga. Okay, so anyway, even if she has the tamed thirst aspiration, if she gets enraged, she goes on a rampage and starts drinking from Sims. Like, that's so unfair. If we have the tamed thirst, we should not be um, like, that's the whole point of that trait, so that you don't drink uncontrollably. That's ridiculous. Anyway, maybe I'm missing something there. I don't know. But anyway, so that's where we're going to wrap up with Thomas thinking both Dina and Cassandra are good options for his future wife. We're going to get Martine pregnant one more time before we say goodbye to her. I'm going to add everyone into here that is an option for marriages. So Dina, Nina, Dawn, Cassandra, those are all of the people that are involved now. And we're going to add in Helga. Yeah, so in the next year, both Thomas and Dante will come back from war, and we'll kind of see where Dante is going with things. We'll see whether Dante, what ladies he likes. Maybe there'll be some brotherly competition. Who knows? So we'll do that, and then I don't think we have any birthdays that will affect our main household. So there's that. And we'll hear also more about the Goths, more about Cassandra and Dawn's relationship, all that stuff. So we're going to get into the drama of it all, see where everyone stands. And yeah, so continuing to look for wives from Thomas and Dante in the next one. And let me know any of your ideas or suggestions or anything. Having a lot of fun with this. I am going to mostly let the game guide me. If the game decides that someone's perfect for each other, I'm just going to kind of go with it. But we'll see where we land on that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.